Good morning, it's Craig. How are you? I just want to just talk really quick about Ukraine and Russia. Um, Putin used ICBMs the other day on Ukraine, and he's threatening to use nukes all the time. Well, it's funny because I'm on a lot of Facebook groups, and these are political Facebook groups where people talk about politics. And it's interesting because I don't know if people are uh, afraid as soon as Putin says I'm going to use nukes and they just back off and say surrender, or if these are, however you want to word it, people in Russia more or less trying to, uh, change the minds of Americans to make Americans surrender, so to speak. Because it's just incredible that that Biden authorized Ukraine to use attack cams. I think I'm wording it wrong this morning. I'm sorry, I'm tired. But attack cams over the Russian border, and everybody says, "Oh, he's doing it to screw up Trump," and "Oh my God, Putin said he's going to nuke us. We should give him Ukraine land." And if Putin uh threatens nukes, and we say, "Oh my God, I'm afraid. Here's Ukraine's land." Well, what message does that send? The message that sends is, "Huh, it worked. I guess I'll do it again." And I just don't understand whether people are literally just saying, give them the land and the war is over, which is totally inaccurate, by the way, because that'll just be the first step in the war. I mean, that's totally inaccurate. Basically, he'll say that, oh, my strategy worked. Now on to Moldova, now on to Georgia, which he's in Georgia, by the way, right now. The government in Georgia, that's country Georgia, uh, had a fraudulent election that the Russians manipulated. Another strategy of Russia is not only invade, through military, but what they also do is they'll try to change the government. That's how this all started with Ukraine, is they put their puppets in, and now Georgia, they have their puppets in. So what people don't understand is, and I know I'm repeating myself, is that when he does saber rattling of saying, I'm going to drop nukes, everybody, if you say okay, and sorry, I got something on my shoulder. If you say okay, um, and here's the land, well, I guess that sends a message that all his threats worked. And I just find it incredible. I'm going to read some Facebook posts, some comments from Facebook. Um, Let me see. This was just one guy in particular. To me, I mean, he looks like a Russian asset, or however you want to word it. Not so much a Russian asset. He looks like somebody who probably lives in Russia, who is pretending to be American. Um, and I don't really know how you figure out whether that's the case or not. Um, but trying to find, I don't want to sit here and just go through it and scroll through it. I probably should have prepped and read some of his statements, and I don't want to read his screen name, but more or less is this guy is just going, your generals are doing all the warmongering, buddy. Somebody says, I said to him, Russia invaded Ukraine and started slaughtering people. I mean, that's what happened. After calling for it to be neutral ground for decades, I'm against invasion. Don't get me wrong. But if Ukraine stayed a buffer zone, none of this would have happened. Look up the Istanbul talks and how the UK sabotaged everything. So that's generally a Russian propaganda technique is they'll say, well, you don't know your history or, you don't know the topic that well. Look up XYZ. This is what happened. That's not what happened. And the proper information is not getting out there. Well, that's not true. It's a lie. Okay. Like when they said NATO said they would never expand, it's not true. Um, and then people just repeat it. People don't dig in. Is this true? Is this not true? And they just repeat it. So that's it for now. But thank you for listening to me and have a great day. I appreciate it.